Hey guys, Wet Movie 1 back here again, and it's time to go Hoard Up! Are you guys ready? I know I sure am. A handful of things hit Blu-ray and 4K today, like A Wrinkle in Time. Also, The Hurricane Heist comes out today, along with Season 1 of Game of Thrones hitting 4K today. I've yet to ever see an episode of that show. Maybe one day, but who knows. But yeah, I'm going to be going out to the usual spots, seeing what kind of good deals I can find today. Also, I'm going to have some DVD and Blu-ray reviews at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But before I head on out to the stores, I just want to let you guys know that my good friend Jose Prendez has a new documentary film that just hit Amazon Prime. It's called The Unspeakable Horrors, the Plan 9 Conspiracy. It's a documentary film on the making of, you know, Plan 9 from Outer Space, Ed Wood's movie. It has like interviews in there with Mick Garris and you know, a whole bunch of horror legends like Brian Usna and stuff like that. So if you guys are into like conspiracy movies or just like documentary films on Ed Wood, definitely check it out on Amazon. Support my friend Jose. Check out the link down below to watch it on Amazon, or you can buy a digital version or rent it on Amazon. Make sure you guys check it out if you guys are into that sort of thing. Let's head on out right now and get some hoarding done. Alright everyone, at my first stop of the day, the local Best Buy. Let's head on in and see what kind of cool stuff they have this week. Well guys, in Best Buy right now, a lot of the new releases are still on the carts right here. And one of the new ones that came out today that I talked about at the beginning of this video was Season 1 of Game of Thrones, but this is like, you know, the first time hitting 4K and everything like that. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I've not seen an episode in my life. I'm not really interested in it for some reason. But they also have this set right here of Orange is the New Black, which contains the first 4 seasons here on DVD. I believe the 5th season is gonna be coming out on Blu-ray real soon. But like this is like the new pack that just been released in celebration of the new film. Of course, a new repackage of the new Super Troopers Blu-ray, because I believe the second one's coming out in like a week or two. Well, at the new release rack over here in Best Buy, of course, A Wrinkle in Time is one of the main ones that came out today, and Best Buy even has their exclusive you know, steelbook version of it. I'm going to be getting a review copy in sometime this week of this one. I'll be talking about it in probably next week's Hoarding Up video. I heard mixed reviews on this one from some of my different friends. There's also the 4K version of it out today. But if you're a fan of Disney, you get the Incredibles steelbook. It's $35, though I already have it on Blu-ray. But I'm excited to see the second one, even though it's been like, what, like 10 years or more since this one's came out and everything like that. But also today, you know, Peter Pan hit Blu-ray again, and Best Buy has their steelbook version. I have this one I got to review a couple of weeks ago. Has some really cool new special features on there with like the voice talents of you know, like Wendy and I forgot the other guy's name, but like you get like interviews in there with them, like a little conversation. But this is the cool looking steelbook with him in the window and everything. And also, guys, I don't know if you know this, Fox is putting out a lot of their catalog titles, but with like new like artwork on them, like for the Taken franchise. It's the same discs inside and everything like that. Just like, you know, they changed up some of the artwork for some of the titles here. Like this one right here is pretty cool, Big Trouble Little China. But like, you know, it's the same Blu-ray and everything, but it's the artwork. It's just, you know, a little bit different. I like when studios do that sometimes, you know, for some of their movies. It is kind of cool and refreshing, but at the same time, if you're a collector, you already, you know, have the movie already, if you know what I mean. And guys, some of the other stuff that came out today was Bruce Willis and Death Wish. I'm really excited to check this one out. I'm most likely be getting a copy of this in the next couple weeks probably, but I'm down to check this one out. Anything Bruce Willis, I'm down for. And is this a new steelbook, or is this like something that's like misplaced up here? This is like an old school Sin City Blu-ray steelbook with Jessica Alba on it. I don't know if this is like a new one or not, because it doesn't say like 2018 on the back cover here. But that is cool. It looks like something I might have seen before in the stores, but I'm not 100% sure. And of course, the Hurricane Heist was released today on Blu-ray and different things. And of course, the movie called Gringo, which I have yet to see and don't really know much about. Out of Best Buy and at my next destination of the day, the local Goodwill. Let's head up in there and see if they have anything cool. All right, in here now, taking a look at some of the media that they have since the last time I was in here. A lot of the same same stuff from like the previous weeks and things. Not a whole lot of anything new or different in here. They did add some like video games. I know Fluffy usually gets this one right here and like flips it on his eBay page and everything. I think this one's going for what, $3.99 right now, but I know if I always see the Fluffy Gamer always picking this one up in his different thrift stores that he goes to and things. But just trying to see if there's anything newish in here. But I'm not really seeing, like I said, much of anything in here. But a week or two ago, someone saw this in my video saying, "Brendan, why didn't you pick that one up? This is an out of print title." One, I already own this one, and two, it doesn't go for that much online. It's not really worth, really picking up unless you're gonna make like $2 or $3 maybe. If I got it and flipped it on my Amazon page or whatever. But this is. But you can also get this one in like a multi-pack DVD set and things, the Osmosis Jones. Alright, off to the next location of the day, the local Walmart. Let's head on in there and see what kind of stuff they have. Because I know South Park, the complete 21st season came out today. I saw that at Best Buy. There are like people hovering around that section. But also, on the first week of every month, Walmart gets some like new direct-to-DVD kind of titles in their section. So let's see what ones they have today. Well guys, in Walmart right now, and this one right here came out last week and people were telling me about it, and Andrew told me about it. I knew that this was coming out, but this is only matches featuring the Macho Man Randy Savage, like unseen matches. It's not like a documentary or anything, but it is kind of rare for WWE to be putting out anything Macho Man related ever since the whole conspiracy between him and Stephanie McMahon and stuff. You just never know what really happened back then and all that kind of stuff. Like, you don't mention Macho Man around Vince McMahon at all, is what I hear, and different things. Now I'm looking around the DVD section over here. There's only a slight handful of things that were released today. Like, I believe The Son of Bigfoot was one of them. This one right here, Don't Get Me Caught, is one of them that was released today, starring Snoop Dogg, E40, Mike Epps, Linnell, like a whole bunch of really cool, Brian Hooks, another actor that I've always liked ever since like Soul Plane and like Barbecue and stuff like that. He did a whole bunch of like direct-to-DVD comedy films back in the day that I always loved, but this actually looks it could be kind of cool, And of course, the other two things that Walmart has here is Game of Thrones on 4K, and of course The Incredibles, 4K. Of course, Best Buy has the Steelbook version, but I kind of dig this cover right here. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get up on it one day, but it's only $29.99 over here. Well, at my next destination of the day, the local Target. Let's get up in there, see what they got. Well, guys, in Target right now, and it looks like they have a new DuckTales, DVD out right here, which I didn't know about, which it looks kind of cool. I remember watching that show all the time as a kid. But they do have in their own exclusive of Peter Pan right here. Of course, they always have those like digibook, packaging ones. I really do like this artwork a lot. The one from Best Buy, the Steelbook, is cool with Peter Pan standing, in the windowsill and everything. This is actually kind of a cool looking, packaging right here for that one. And of course, we have A Wrinkle in Time. There's another exclusive Target one over here for that one too, which looks a lot cooler too than the Best Buy one for some reason. But digibook form right over here, and of course the Dating Project came out today, along with the Hurricane Heist. And the one I'm going to be talking about at the end of the show today is Every Day, put out by Warner Brothers, which was really cool. I was sent one for free to review and everything. And stay tuned to the end of the video for that one right there. But that's all I'm really seeing over here. There's a couple of the Gringo and this other film that came out today. I don't see a Blu-ray release of this one. Guys, I'm still in Target right now, looking at underwear and things, and I just came across some Good Burger chonies. I didn't know there was Good Burger chonies out there. Good Burger underwear, underoos. How? What? I'm a dude. He's a dude. We're all dudes, and we all poop in our underwear. Well, guys, that's all Target has this week. They're cool little exclusives for their Disney releases that came out today. It's like, sad to say, I already got those in to review, or I'll be getting Wrinkle in Time in the next couple days, which I'll talk about in my next Hoarding Up video. But let's head on home for some DVD and Blu-ray reviews, shall we? Alright everyone, now on to the review portion of this video here. I got a good amount of stuff to talk to you guys about today for this review portion. Let's get started with it. The first one up over here is from MVD Home Entertainment, and this is their fifth in their Rewind collection that they have, and that is The Return of Swamp Thing. Of course, this is the one that's the sequel to Swamp Thing that was directed by Wes Craven, starring, I believe, Adrienne Barbeau, if I'm not mistaken. But this one right here was came out a couple years later in 1989, directed by Jim Wynorski, the same guy that brought us, Chopping Mall and Big Bad Mama 2 and all sorts of stuff. And this one, it just sort of picks up a little bit later on, and that evil doctor is still at it, but at a different location, creating, different monsters and different things to try to get I think it was like a health serum to make himself younger and stay younger forever, kind of thing. But in this one, Swamp Thing's still is still out there trying to find the bad guy, but now he has a love interest in this movie, played by Heather Locklear, who we know from 90210, not Melrose Place, I believe it was, and you guys all know Heather Locklear, and there's like she's really into plants and everything, and has her own little plant store, and one day they come across one another in the swamp, and they kind of fall in love with one another, and just weird craziness ensues from there. It's a really weird, cheesy movie, but I really had a good time with it. I don't think I've ever seen this movie before until now, to be honest. I knew the director and stuff, and I just never got around to seeing it. But now seeing it here with the new 2K 2K transfer from the original film negative, it actually looks really good. Here on DVD, you get the Blu-ray and the DVD in this pack right here, along with some new audio commentary track by Jim Wynorski and the composer, some behind-the-scenes making-ofs, photo galleries, trailers. You get a mini poster in here. So this one is actually was really kind of entertaining. My favorite parts of this movie, or my favorite people, were these two young kids that are like in the swamp and wanting to take a picture with Swamp Thing to see if they can sell it to the newspaper to make a couple $1,000s. If you guys have seen this movie, you guys know who those two little kids are. Those guys were just like the best part of this movie right here. But if you guys know about this movie, you guys want to get it in the best possible quality with all the special features you guys want, bam, MVD got you guys covered with this new release right here. And next couple up are from Scream Factory. And this next one actually was released before from Scream Factory, and they're now releasing it again with new artwork and in a collector's edition packaging. And that is Ninja 3: The Domination here on Blu-ray. This one right here, man, this was a crazy one. Of course, this is the third in the franchise. I believe the first one was like Revenge of the Ninja, and yeah, I forgot the second one. I forgot the names. I know it's like Revenge of the Ninja, Ninja 3: Domination, and Enter the Ninja. I could be wrong. It's something like that. And they all star, Shokazuki, the Kung Fu master and everything like that. But it's in this one. It's pretty much about this young lady. What was her character name in here? Christine, who sort of gets possessed by an old demon warrior and stuff. At the beginning of this movie, there's this kung fu ninja guys going around taking out everybody, killing bad guys, doing stuff, and then he gets taken out, he gets killed. But yet, before he dies, he gets to transfer his soul or his power into this young girl named Christine, and then she starts to have all this weird power and these weird trips of going, what's going on? I didn't know what happened last night, but the night before she was kicking people's butts and different things. It's just a really fun sequel, and of course the ending of the trilogy, I believe, of the Ninja trilogy. But it's just a really fun ride, and it looks really nice on this new 4K scan from the original film elements that you got. You get new interviews in here by the lady that played Christine and a couple of the actors and producers of the film. I don't think that was on the previous edition of this one on Blu-ray, to be honest. And this is the original artwork that came with that first Shout Factory release that came out. But now we get that new commission artwork right here, which looks okay. Nothing super special. But the movie itself, if you guys love just like cheesy, ninja movies, this is definitely one of them. Really fun. And next up over here is another one from Scream Factory, and this also comes from their IFC Midnight line. And it's a movie like I could have sworn I've seen before, but I guess I didn't, because it was made in 2016 and now is coming out on Blu-ray in 2018. And it stars Robert Englund and Lynn Shay, and that is The Midnight Man here on Blu-ray. It's pretty much about Lin Shaye's character, when she was a young girl, came up with this little like game to play with her friends and family, called the Midnight Man. If you knock 3 times on the door, and you do like the little routine that you have to do. The Midnight Man is gonna come and get you and haunt you, and turn your worst fears into reality, and everything. And something really bad happens to her when she's young, when she's younger, and now she's an older woman. She's locked up that little game in a little box in the attic of her house and everything. And now her granddaughter is there taking care of her because she's old and not getting around too well. And one night her granddaughter goes up into the attic with one of her friends, and they open up this box, and then all hell breaks loose. And you have to watch the movie to see, what unfolds and everything. But it really kind of felt like a movie that I've seen before from Lin Shaye. It kind of feels like an Insidious movie, in a way. You know what I mean? It kind of feels like Insidious / like Bye Bye Man. Like that kind of concept all mixed up into one and just thrown into a movie. I don't know. It just felt kind of like something we've seen multiple times before. But Lin Shaye is amazing in this movie. She's pretty much amazing in anything she does. I've been a big fan of hers for a long time, ever since Something About Mary, and of course Kingpin and Dumb and Dumber, all sorts of stuff, man. Detroit Rock City, Adam Rifkin represent. But you also get Robert Englund in here. But it's just kind of cool to see 2 icons, going, in a movie together. But if you guys like movies like Bye Bye Man and Insidious, it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. If you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It kind of just feels like the same old. The next one up over here is from Scream Factory, also called Desolation, here on Blu-ray. It's pretty much about these two best friends, and one of the kids, one's their son. One of them's bringing along their son, going out to the woods to spread ashes of their late husband out on the lake and everything. And when they're out there, there's this guy with these sunglasses on, just always around them, and they start to freak out and want to know what the hell is going on, and then crazy stuff ensues. And it's just pretty much people trapped in the woods with a crazy person and trying to find out what the hell's going on, and are they going to get out of the situation that they're in. But I found this movie to be okay. Nothing super special, nothing to write home about. I thought the performances were good. I always like the locations when you guys are, when people are in the forest and things. But I've seen so many movies that take place with people going to the woods and then a crazy killer's going after them, kind of thing. It's kind of played out. But I don't know. Maybe is it just me? You guys, let me know. But it did look nice here on Blu-ray. It was just something, I've seen millions of times before. And next up over here, I got from Warner Brothers. They sent this over to me for free to review, and that is a movie called Every Day. This is the new Blu-ray right here. I don't even know. Did this one get a theatrical release? If it didn't, man, it was actually a really fun, a really engaging story in my opinion. And it's from the director of The Vow, which I've never seen The Vow before, and it's based on a New York best-selling novel. It's like, it's a, it's like a sort of like a coming-of-age love story, like a romantic movie. I don't really watch a whole lot of those. I'm not saying I hate them by any means, but this one was just really, really interesting. Like it's gonna be hard for me to explain to you guys I don't want to ruin anything, but it's pretty much about this young girl in a relationship with a guy that she just doesn't really know if he likes her and everything like that. And then she meets this one other guy at a birthday party or some sort of party get together that she's at, and it's really has all this stuff in common, and just really really falls for this guy real quickly. And then come to find out, it's a person that could jump bodies. You know what I mean? Like his soul gets transported into somebody else's body every single day to a different person. It's kind of like Quantum Leap in a way, but yet she falls in love with the person inside. So one day the person that she's fallen in love with can be a transgender person. The next time it can be a tall white guy. The next day it can be a black person. It was just a really engaging kind of story, and I just really uh, got a I don't know. I got a kick out of this one. Just the whole way they presented the story here. Check out the trailer to this. It's called Everyday. But if you guys are a fan of like romantic movies, you guys will get a kick out of this one. It's really engaging stuff. Alright everyone, and next up over here from Universal Entertainment is Unsane here on Blu-ray, directed by Steven Soderbergh, also starring Claire Foy here, and it's about this young lady, played by Claire Foy, who gets admitted to a mental hospital unwillingly, and it's her just trying to prove to them, I'm not crazy, I'm not out of my mind, and I need to be let out of here. Until you have to watch the movie to find out how it unfolds. But her past starts to creep in, into this mental institution and into her mind. Or is it her mind, or is it the drugs that they're putting her on in there? But this movie was just a really well done, well shot film. It's like I said, it's directed by Steven Soderbergh. And you also get this one guy in here. I believe he's from the Blair Witch Project. If I'm not mistaken, he really looks familiar to me. He's like one of the orderlies there in the movie. If you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But this movie was just really well done. And looking up, I found out that this movie was all shot on an iPhone S7 or whatever. But like, it's just kind of cool knowing that this whole movie was shot on a cell phone and everything. But like, the performances in here were good. I don't know. I just thought Claire Foy, the main star of the film, did a absolutely great job. She was really engrossing throughout the entire flick. The only thing that was disappointing about this Blu-ray release was the special feature that they have on here, the little making of. It was like 3 or 4 minutes long, and it's just like clips of the movie, but then this like shots of like, you know, the camera guy going like this, just like moving the camera around with like the cell phone thing. Like, it's not like, you don't get cast interviews or anything like that. Like, no one's talking. It's just like a mini little, I don't know, it was kind of disappointing in my opinion. But if you're a fan of Steven Soderbergh, definitely check out this movie. I highly recommend it. Really is worth a watch here on Blu-ray. And next up over here is a film from Lionsgate Home Entertainment. It stars Adam Scott and Zoe Deutsch, and that is Flower here on DVD. I don't think it's being released on Blu-ray out here in the States, and if it is, I'm totally missing it on the websites that I look at. But it's pretty much about Zoe Deutsch's character and her 2 friends who go around town kind of like scamming guys. You know, scamming guys, like trying to, you know, get them into weird predicaments, weird sexual predicaments, and then trying to blackmail them for money and everything. And then, you know, I'm not saying what the guys are doing in the movie is right, because she's playing like a 17-year-old girl. And it's real creepy and shit. But like, the girls are doing it just to like scam people to make money so they can go shopping and stuff. Until Zoe Deutsch's what's it called, mother gets gets into another relationship with a guy, and she just doesn't like her mother's new boyfriend at all. And her mother's boyfriend, of course, has a troubled son who's just being let out of rehab. And you have to see have to see what happens when it comes to that, because I don't want to ruin it. Actually, I don't want to ruin it. Definitely check it out. It's a really wacky kind of movie. I didn't know what exactly I was getting into when I popped this one in, and I thought this was a really well done movie. It's also directed by Max Winkler, Henry Winkler, his son, you know, DeFon's son. But that's Flower here on DVD. If anybody knows if this one's being released on Blu-ray anywhere else, let me know, because I want to get this one in the best possible quality. And next up over here, I got from Lionsgate Home Entertainment also, and that is Dirty Grandpa here on 4K. This is the one that, you know, of course, stars Robert De Niro and of course Zac Efron and what's her name again? Aubrey Plaza here, and it's just, you know, another one in their line of the new 4Ks that they're putting out. But it's pretty much about, you know, Zac Efron, his grandfather, you know, just lost his wife, he just lost his grandmother, and now, you know, Robert De Niro needs a ride, you know, to go to Daytona or whatever, you know, some place to go to meet up a friend of his. And on the way there, it's just pretty much, you know, the little you know, trip that they go on, and how his grandfather is just a really dirty old man and just wants to, you know, pound some before he goes himself, you know, because the last handful of years he was married, he didn't get any, and now he just wants to get as many girls as he can. It's just a really fun, you know, over the top comedy. I always love stuff like this. But if you guys or a fan of the new 4K format, this one looks spectacular. And here you get real, nice deep blacks and everything. You get all the original special features that you got on the previous Blu-ray/DVD release of the film. But if you want this movie on the best possible format, just want to let you guys all know it's out now on 4K. And next up over here from Paramount is a movie I've only seen once. I seen it when I got a review copy of it from Paramount when the movie first came out, and I kind of put it in just hesitantly because, like, recently those movies have kind of been going downhill after the second film. I love the original first two films. The second film in of this franchise is one of my favorite action films of all time, and this is their newest one. And there's another one coming out starring Linda Hamilton, baby. I can't wait to see that one, and she's reprising her role as Sarah Connor. But that is the new 4K edition of Terminator Genisys here. This one I don't really need to get into the story of this one right here, but it's it's a time travel movie. It's about the crew that's in the, like, 20 something, like way in the future, that are going that wants to go back to 1984 to the place of the original film to help stop Skynet from happening and everything. But rewatching this movie again, I appreciated it a little bit more than I did the first time I saw it. Of course you get Arnold in there doing crazy ridiculous stuff like jumping out of a plane, using himself as a bomb, all sorts of stuff. But I like it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't like Terminator Genisys, not Genisys, but Terminator Salvation. I can't see myself watching that one again. Like I said, Terminator 2 is one of the best action films of all time. But then Terminator 3, I was kind of okay, sort of, with it. But, like, I don't know. Terminator Genisys, I got a kick out of it. And if you guys want it in the best possible format, get it here on 4K. Looks and sounds great and everything. Of course, with the liquid metal guy, what's like T-1000 going around, doing his thing. It just looks super cool, in this new format here. You get the nice, rich colors and deep blacks in here, and of course all the same special features that you got from the previous edition of Terminator Genisys here on 4K. And next up over here is a classic film that won Best Picture. What year was it again? 1994. And that is Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump. Here on the new 4K format. This is part of like that Sapphire collection that they had and everything. But all the same special features that you got on the old Blu-ray that came out from the Sapphire edition that also had, like, Braveheart and on there. I think it was Braveheart, and this one was part of the set, and Gladiator were part of that same, like, collector's thing that came out a couple years ago. But if you, like I said, if you want Forrest Gump, it looks pretty good. There's some scenes where it's kind of it has some softness to it and everything, and the grain is visible, but it's not too noticeable. It doesn't take you out of the movie or anything, but, like, it does look superbly better than the Blu-ray release of the film. And I've always loved this movie growing up as a kid. It's a long one, so it's not one of those ones that I watch all the time, but, like, it's a definite movie that after you watch, you never forget. You know what I mean? Tom Hanks has always been on the top of his game, in my opinion here, and this is one of those ones that's just amazing. And if you guys want it on like I said, the best possible format, you got it now on 4K from Paramount. Thank you, Paramount, for sending that over. And next up over here is from Paramount also. And this is the 10-film Jerry Lewis collection here on DVD. This one right here, you get The Stooge, The Bellboy, it was Cinderfella, which is one of those ones that I remember watching with my dad. The original Nutty Professor film, The Family Jewels, The Patsy, The Ladies' Man, a whole bunch of his films here on DVD. And it also includes over 90 minutes of gag reels and funny little moments and stuff from the films scattered out throughout the discs and everything. But if you're a fan of Jerry Lewis, I just want to let you guys all know that there's a 10-film collection out there of all his greatest films, or at least from the Paramount era and everything. Hopefully we get a Blu-ray release of all his films like this in a set together one day. That would be actually really kind of cool. And guys, last but not least right here, I got from Viavision Home Entertainment. I didn't request this or ask for this or anything, and I didn't even know it was a TV show, let alone going for over 3 seasons, and that is 12 Monkeys here, the complete 3rd season here on Blu-ray. I knew about 12 Monkeys, the movie with, you know, Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, but I didn't know it was on. I didn't know it had a television show, and that's on. You know, that you can get, you know, seasons of on Blu-ray. But if you want, you know, season 3 of, you know, 12 Monkeys on Blu-ray, you can now from viavision.com. Make sure you guys check them out. The cover is kind of really. It's really dark and kind of plain. They could have done something a little different with that. The front cover, the back is cool, like normal, but like the front's just really kind of dark. But other than that, 12 Monkeys, season 3 now out on Blu-ray. But guys, thank you so much for coming by, watching my videos, supporting them. Give them a thumbs up if you guys like what you see. Check out my social media links down below, and I'll see you guys all next time.